Hello friends, my name is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Most of you know me through my writing, Carl's Blue Collar Commentary, but this may be the first time you see me directly speak to you. From my earliest memories, I've been close to military tradition. My father's family served this country from the Revolutionary War forward. I followed in those footsteps as a soldier myself. Later, I found myself fighting for democracy in faraway places, and paying the price more than once. I know from experience that liberty is never free. It must be defended, not just with the weapons in time of war, but with words and courage and in time of peace. And that's why I thought it was time to speak to you face to face, because what I want to share today is about free speech, this cornerstone of all liberty, and what happens when it begins to slip away. Now here's the funny thing about free speech. It isn't really free if you need permission first. Now maybe you've heard the news. Jimmy Kimmel, the late night host, the jokester, the rabble-rouser, delivered a monologue that cut a little too close to the bone. Affiliates got nervous. The network pulled him, and the federal watchdogs nodded their approval. And just like that, one more American voice went silent. You don't have to like Jimmy Kimmel. You don't have to laugh at his jokes. But when the government leans on the company and the company takes a knee, that's not comedy. It's bullying. And it doesn't just muzzle a millionaire in Hollywood. It chills every smaller voice down the line, from the local DJ to the little town paper. Anyone who depends upon a license, a permit, or a nod from Washington to keep the lights on. As a veteran, I need to say something else here. I never liked seeing people kneel during the national anthem or burn the flag that I fought under. And I didn't agree with many things that Charlie Kirk said as he traveled the country speaking to young people. But I also realized this. His right to speak and my right to disagree are both equally guaranteed by the same Constitution. And that's why I need to be clear. I do not condone what was done to him. I do not excuse it. I do not minimize it. And I certainly do not believe that violence is ever an answer to words. What happened to Charlie Kirk was wrong. Dead wrong. And my deepest sympathy belongs to his family. At the same time, those who step into public life carry a heavy responsibility. Words have power. They can inspire. They can inflame. And in a divided nation, careless words can be tender in the hands of the unstable. Leaders, commentators, and comics alike would do well to remember that the freedom of speech doesn't absolve responsible citizens of the duty to speak with care. Sorry about that motorcycle in the background here. I didn't always see things this way. For a long time, I called myself a staunch conservative. But as I grew older, I like to think that I've grown a bit wiser. In 2018, I fought a 3-year battle as a union organizer to defend the right of employees to organize, to speak about organizing at work, even when it made people in power uncomfortable. And about that time, some people began calling me a radical leftist, which I thought was really off base. That fight went all the way to the National Labor Board, and it nearly broke me. 3 years of stress, sacrifice, and a mild heart attack before I won. But what I learned in that fight is this. Speaking up isn't unimportant. It's essential. It's really got under their skin. So I just kept talking, and more people in power began calling me a troublemaker. So I kept on speaking, and Carl's Blue Collar Commentary was born. Short notes packed in a break room, whispers of dissatisfaction, asking for better safety or fair pay. All those are small voices that build trust, build community, and build democracy. And I saw how when those voices are shut down by the fear of retaliation or the silence demanded by those in power, the result isn't just discontent. It's a wall. Voices separated. People silenced. Truth distorted. So when I see what's happening to speech now, broadcast shows canceled, monologues pulled, regulators leaning in, it rings a bell from all those years of fighting at the labor board. The context is different. The laws covering workplace speech aren't as broad as those protecting speech in public life. But the pattern is the same. Power fears dissent. Power seeks silence. Now this isn't a matter of left and right. It's a matter of liberty. I came to realize that liberty is our constitutional rights enshrined in our Constitution. For years, the political right has guarded the Second Amendment, and while the political left, the first. But the truth is, you can't keep one and lose the other. And the second without the first defends nothing but silence. The first without the second whispers into the wind. Together, they are the guardrails of liberty. Pull one down, and the whole bridge gives away to either fascism or communism. When you think about it, both are just a matter of how those in power divide the spoils of political control. Now here's the rub and the danger. When speech is stifled, frustration festers. People who feel voices don't stay silent forever. They start to believe the only way to be heard is with their fists. Or worse, as we observed on the day Charlie Kirk was assassinated, or worse, as we all observed on the day Charlie Kirk was assassinated. That is the road any sane nation would wish to avoid. If we want to keep the peace in our deeply divided nation, we must keep the speech, or I fear, watch our nation fade into the shadows of history. History has a way of rhyming. In the 1950s, they called it a blacklist. Back then, it wasn't jokes about politics, but whispers about ideology. Careers ended, lives ruined, because government pressure made cowards out of companies. Today, the names are different, but the playbook looks familiar. Censorship by proxy is still censorship. That's the truth they can't cancel. America's greatness was never founded in agreement. It was found in argument, in noisy debates, in letting people be wrong in public and trust that the truth over time would find its footing. It's risky, but it beats the certainty of silence under a boot. So how should a free people respond? The remedy for speech we don't like has never been censorship. It's always been more speech, better speech. It's the pocketbook closed to what offends your values. The reasoned reply that outlasts the rant. The quiet example that makes the loud fool look smaller by comparison. It's a choice to organize, to persuade, to live the truth out loud. And sometimes it's just simply patience, letting a bad idea collapse under its own weight. In a free society, that's how we answer words with better words. So when regulators act like comedy critics, when networks cave instead of counter, and when citizens cheer because the other side's voice has been silenced, remember this: the muzzle you applaud today may be the one fitted to your mouth tomorrow. Keep the arguments, keep the peace, and keep the speech. Our fear, our nation will fade into the shadows of history. This is Carl's Blue Collar Commentary, and there ain't no yellow in my eyes. We're watching, we're listening, and we are fighting back. Everybody have a nice day, and say a prayer for America, because we sure the hell need it.